And that would be my cassette cover.
You penned this pithy poetry?
It's not poetry, it's music. Hard rock. It's supposed to have guitars and bass and drums.
Simplistic scriptures, as is its scribe.
Okay. What's your deal, man? What did I do to piss you off?
Your lamentable leadership allowed the Madonna to leave when we needed her talents to travel to the telepathic realm.
Mantis had good reason to stay behind. We just need to get Nikki and get the hell out so we can find her again.
Your tenuous tactics trust too much to fortune. Can you confidently convince me your meager measures may amply manage this mission?
Yes. Absolutely.
Wise words. Sure and measured. But beheld by my bemused misgivings, your demeanor differs distinctly in direction from my more willful ways.
Maybe we can meet in the middle then.
Yes. An oath! Will you own an oath to operate with greater aggression? To give gravitas to gravid seasons of your soul and struggle not to stand on destiny's icy flows?
Sure, man. Whatever it takes.
Then assert it!
I swear I'll be a good leader. That I'll be decisive and that I won't let Mantis do whatever she wants.
I stand partially reassured.
What about you, Mr. Fancy Words? How do I know you won't see Raker and have a change of heart?
Why would I weasel away?
Didn't you used to be best buds with him?
We were common company for a fleeting fallow, through which I witnessed the incommensurable extent of his sadness. He mourns his lost son.
That's why he's doing all of this. The church, the matriarch? Because he wants to get his kid back. But that can't happen, right? Magus can't...
No. Cannot.
So? We can count on you? When you reunite with Raker, that man's gotta go down.
Indubitably.
So, how is he?
Frustrating. It's like talking to Suzanne Harris at the summer dance all over again.
Ain't that the Hume girl you tried to impress with your yo-yo skills?
Yeah, and it went about as well as talking to Mr. Cape.
What's a yo-yo?
You okay letting Mantis fight the church alone out there?
She won't fight. She'll focus on evacuating people. Maybe they can all hide in the caves.
So she's just gonna let the church take over her homeworld?
Mantis would tell you that people matter more than the planet. And she knows that the church won't stop coming until we rescue Nikki.
You have great confidence in this celestial Madonna.
She's one of the few people I know I can trust.
Really? She freaks me out.
Because she's smarter than you?
And kinder.
Hey, that nickname makes my skin crawl. I'm furry, not fuzzy. Not even that little.
Now are you holding up, big girl? Yeah, don't mind the gold guy. He's a prick. Did you reach Cosmo?
That explains why we ain't been able to reach Cosmo. If you don't answer it, they'll vaporize us.
I will handle this communication.
All yours, buddy.
Hail, traveler. Have you accepted the truth of a divine promise?
We have. My deceased wife and daughter are with me. To thank the matriarch for her gift.
May the promise be fulfilled. You are clear to land at the spaceport.
All them bars and betting parlors.
And noodle joints.
Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
I assume it will be worse.
Raker rallies regiments while we wait whistling in the wings.
Landing as fast as I can, Gold. What the flark?
Great! Cocoon Boy thinks he's a butterfly now!
He is a man of action.
Let's just hope that he can keep the church busy while we look for Nikki.
Didn't think you'd be able to bluff your way through security muscles.
I am quite adept at deception.
We're gonna need more than that to get to the Continuum Cortex and rescue Nikki.
Especially with Golden Boy jumping ship. Should we, like, try to find him?
Time is running out. We cannot lose focus if we are to save the girl.
Drax is right. Let's just hope Warlock can do a bit of damage on his side. So, final showdown against Raker. This time, you'll get him for good.
I intend to. We're not leaving here without Nikki.
Your kid sure got herself in it deep, Quill.
Her mom died, man. If Warlock's telling the truth, that thing inside her is using Corell's death to manipulate her.
I get it. Ain't gonna be easy getting her out of there, but I'll die trying.
I am Groot.
Groot wants you to know he'll do all he can to save your kid.
You know what? I think I kinda understood that. Ready, Drax?
I am. My blades are as sharp as the rodent's tongue.
Was that a metaphor?
It was a simile.
Let's do this. Time to save Nikki.
Peter?
Okay. Just be cool. Let me handle these guys.
Welcome, travelers. Have you come to witness the fulfillment?
The what now?
The realization of the Matriarch's promise. The beginning of a new world. One without death, or pain, or fear. You should know this. Weren't you vetted and cleared to land here?
What? Of course we were.
How are you not aware of the fulfillment? Something is wrong. These heretics must be stopped. Attack!
Wacko's better pray their new world comes without death or pain or fear, cause I'm gonna kill him for flarking up this spaceport.
They have been very busy redecorating.
All the more reason for us to get to the Cortex and find Nikki.
don't mean to pry, so I'll let you.
Anybody see any this way to the fulfillment signs?
No. I will inform you if I observe any.
Thanks.
We're wasting time, Peter. I don't like the sound of that fulfillment thing. What was that?
He says you, seem tense.
Scott! Cosmos Tower's shut down.
That's because it's never been dark before. You do realize some of the guys shooting at us were nowhere security?
This does not bode well for the dog.
Never was the Mutt's biggest fan, but we could have used a backup telepath.
This mission is about saving Nikki. It'll be a real shame if Cosmo bought into the promise, but like we said on Lamentus, if we cure her, we cure everybody.
What kind of promise could they offer a dog anyway? A nice game of pet.
Exactly. We just gotta have faith he's okay.
Really, Peter? Faith?
There does appear to be an excess of it stored here. If the promise is to be realized here, converted will be flocking in to witness it. Are we the only new arrivals?
We must be late, as usual.
Dreading what we're gonna see in the marketplace.
The same thing we saw when we flew in.
Yeah, but it'll be up close. Nowhere really stunk sometimes, but...
Clark! Over there!
There's so many of them. I thought most nobodies would have rejected the promise.
Everyone wants something they can't have.
Yeah, but these crooks were suspicious of anyone.
Yeah, I don't know, Rocket. Like Gamora said, everybody wants something.
The church tailors their offer to the individual.
Seems to me most of them would give in.
They got Flark and Faith batteries everywhere.
Just like on Hala's Hope.
Perhaps they have built another giant ray gun inside the Continuum Cortex.
To siphon faith from multiple worlds at once? Is that even possible?
The energy ain't filling these batteries. It's moving away from them.
So they're powering something.
Sure looks like it. Don't suppose we could try tricking them again? Make them believe we're all promised up?
Not unless you can fake that purple glow they all seem to have. had a contact here. Rotations ago.
You did? Was it Blurf? No. Shudupun. Putz, maybe? Wait. Cat-free. He always gave Groot the creeps. Lousy fun flarkers! Get ready to die!
They do not fear death.
Don't mean we can't hurt him first.
Try not to give ourselves away.
If only they knew truth! It was a pretty convincing lie! Yes, the word is out about us!
No point in killing them! Quick then!
How many times have I saved your butt now?
The Warlock should have destroyed them!
If he kills Ranger before I get to him, more batteries the deeper we go. 100 units says they're tied to the fulfillment.
The priest said that they were bringing...
They can't raise the dead, especially after we saved Nikki.
Wonder if any of these fortune tellers saw this coming.
Unlikely. We're all charlatans.
Most of them were pickpockets and fences. Pretty useful people to know.
I'm surprised the church was able to seize the Cortex. It seemed pretty secure last time.
Wasn't half as secure as the dog thought.
The Church's forces increased by the tick. Their superior numbers could have easily breached the defenses.
While we got just the 5 of us. Filling us all with confidence there, big guy.
When we are done here, we will need to tell a Rhapsodus about these adventures.
Oh, what?
Over here! Looks like we can squeeze through.
We must be close to Mantlo's bar. Can you see it?
Not really. There's a lot of debris in the way.
There is no way through this wall.
Could be a bunch of wackos just waiting for us on the other side.
Good point. Peter, you should find a way over to check.
What? Why me?
Ain't you the leader of this outfit?
Peter!
Well, that didn't work.
Look, I'm going in.
What about the fanatics?
I'll toast them if I see them. We're the only ones that can do this, right? Clear back here, Quill. Looks like you're gonna have to yank his trunk free from this side, though.
Gamora, you should be able to get your sword in there now. Give me a boost.
Look at her. This is personal, Quill.
I've been thinking about what Warlock said.
Which part? He hasn't stopped talking since we met him.
About how Nikki and that Magus thing might be too intertwined to save her.
Is that what he said? It's easier to understand Bug Lady.
There has been no sign of Goldie Braun since he left from our ship.
Adam Warlock.
Might be splattered somewhere across the lower city.
Or got picked up by a wandering creep squad.
Or maybe he was lying about which side he was on and is just waiting to attack us.
The Warlock carries an old grudge. Not align himself with the Rebel Fire.
And what do we need the Golden Boy for anyway? We were doing fine without him.
I was not fine. Magus was devouring my soul. Your memory is suspect.
Warlock's stronger than any of us, and he's got a pretty good reason to hate Raker.
So you buy his ripped my soul in two story.
Just saying, if anybody stands a chance going toe-to-toe with Raker, it's him. And we're gonna need the Grand Unifier out of the way if we want to stop this ritual.
Throw the meat into the meat grinder to keep it busy.
That's not what I...
No, I'm on board now, Quill. It's a solid strategy.
What must it feel like to have one's soul torn in two?
If Magus was half my soul, I'd be happy to get rid of it.
I'd want to get rid of the Warlock part, too.
Hey, check it out. We got bad guys.
More jerseys dropping in.
Dropping like flies soon enough.
Don't make this a habit!
Our great leader has perished!
Quiet! I thought I heard something. What do you think they did with all the nobodies?
They are either below us awaiting the fulfillment, or they have been transported to Sacrosanct.
To join the other millions.
Careful, there's treachery ahead.
Okay, we got this.
Why do you cry, rodent?
More jerseys dropping in.
We're dropping like flies soon enough. Woo! Show them your roots! Put their lights out! This looks like a dead end.
For some more than others. The destruction is pretty massive.
Guess that means some of the crooks here put up a fight.
A valiant effort in the face of certain defeat.
Do you hear something? Like chanting.
No.
I could have swore. They must have started the fulfillment already.
Why?
I just figured there'd be more converted around up here.
Oh man, Rocket's talked about these. He's gonna love this.
There is still no sign of the Warlock.
Based on when he jumped, he's probably already in the lower city.
Whoa. The Emporium used to be right here. Did the church destroy it?
Doubt it. The Collector probably blasted out of here at the first sign of trouble.
Before the first sign, Collector's supposed to be able to see the future.
Oh yeah? Never saw me coming, that's for sure. Had no idea I'd bust Groot out of there. Hero? Don't get all mushy on me now.
I have seen nowhere this desolated before.
No way. When?
If you wander about early enough in the morning, it is this empty.
Looks like the church is trying to keep us out of there.
That's not gonna work.
What must it feel like to have one's soul torn in two?
If Magus was half my soul, I'd be happy to get rid of it.
I'd want to get rid of the Warlock Part 2.
Guys, look down. It's an awful lot of light.
You're thinking it's the full Flarkman, ain't you? But it could just be runoff from the cables. Whatever these whack jobs are up to, they need a lot of juice.
Perhaps this is how they powered their fleet to reach Lamentus.
Nah, the Cortex could handle that on its own.
Maybe Raker's trying to reanimate the Celestial Head. Bring it back to life?
Perhaps he wishes to turn it into a ship.
Ah, this thing's deader than dead. It ain't coming back, and it ain't jumping through no hyperspace.
They say Celestials are powered by hyperspace. Regardless, we must reach the Undercity to find the girl and stop whatever they are doing.
We'll have to be ready for them to try and stop us.
Convertibles must be prepared to die in order to bring their loved ones back to life.
Which is pretty ironic, if you think about it.
That's not the way to Cosmos.
Might be something down there we can use. Groot.
Seedy underbelly, seedy underbelly. You know, they used to run a poacher's ring out of here.
Is that what that smell was?
Yep, rotting beasts from Maklu 4. Was really hoping there'd be hoverbikes down here.
Why would there be?
No outrageous parking fees, for one. And two, sometimes you want to drop something off without anyone else seeing.
Can you squeeze in there?
Yep, let's see where it goes.
So if there were hoverbikes down here,
We could have hopped on and zipped down to the lower city. Me and Groot used to do it all the time. There you go. Should be safe.
should be. Thank Flark these boots are waterproof. Dead end.
Let's continue before Nikki becomes a dead end too.
Our level of cooperation is invigorating. We've become a formidable team.
Yep, sure have, Drax.
Ain't we just one big, happy Flarkin family?
What are you doing with that garbage?
She's not garbage.
Behold the power of her light! Via Maniati! The Guardians of the Galaxy! Save the believers and alert the Grand Unifier! The fulfillment must not be stopped!
That's it! We finally snapped! Gamora! Wait for us! Again? What the fuck, Gamora? Well, we might have a problem.
It is acceptable to ask for help, Peter Quill!
Big problems call for the big solution.
Raise another call! Do not know when to quit!
Not get enough from that one. Throw that, Drax!
Gamora! What's going on? That garbage doll must have been magic or something. Big black guy sucking up all my soul!
Return! Malashoka! Adans Halab!
That's it! We finally snapped! Gamora! Wait for us! What the fuck, Gamora?
Something unsnapped in the assassin!
Look out! Prepare yourself!
stop whatever that priest was doing here!
The full Florkment? Nah, can't be that easy.
Another promise destroyed!
You won't ruin her this time!
Ruin who? What's going on right now, Gamora?
What is next, Peter Quill?
Watch it, Drax! You good?
Never better.
Yep, definitely not good. Gamora, wait! Hold on a sec!
Why? So more children can be sacrificed in the name of Raker's flagged-up church?
Of course not,
Just what, Peter?
I don't know. Breathe.
Every minute we waste. We don't have time to breathe.
I know Raker brings back bad memories.
This isn't about Thanos. It's about Nikki and what men like Raker and Thanos do to girls like her. Like me. My sister. If I had just been better at protecting Nebula, maybe she wouldn't be dead.
Whoa. What? Nebula's dead? How? By who? Tell me, so I can find him and shake his Kratak in hand.
By me.
You killed your sister?
She is the one you saw in the Matriarch's promise.
That's how I knew it was a lie. The Nebula I knew had been twisted into a hateful, vengeful monster thing. One who would never stop unless I stopped her. So I did. I just never expected to survive.
Why didn't you say something?
It's not exactly a conversation starter. Hi, I'm Gamora. I murdered my sister. Can we be friends? Of course we can't. How can you be friends with a monster? Why would you want that on your team? A team I actually kind of enjoyed being on. All things considered.
Well, I hate Nebula, so I actually would have... What? I'm just saying it don't change nothing.
Actually, it changes everything. The most deadly woman in the galaxy just admitted she loves us.
I did not.
You did. You said you were in love with us right after the part about killing your sister.
I said I enjoyed your company.
That is the Catathian definition of love.
Like. I'll give you like. Can we just move on?
Agreed. That's about all the love fest I can take.
We accept you, Gamora Zenuburi.
Pretty sure we're married now.
This is excruciating.
All right, I'm pretty sure we've all caught our breath. Let's say we go stop a nutjob cult leader.
Yes.
Maybe or we barely denting this thing!
We need to focus on taking it down! Get ready! Peter! Drax needs help! Just hope Warlock's causing a distraction somewhere.
We're barely scratching the big
Guy, the solution is simple. We must take it out first. It's gonna get harder from here. I relish the challenge. Wipe them out, Rocket!
Who else did you kill? Anyone I know?
We will recover!
Put it down before it carves! We need to focus on taking it down!
Next time, you're on your own.
Oh, thanks, buddy!
They grabbed the long...
We have weakened the contraption's defenses! This adversary is well fortified!
I was almost cut rescue! Thanks, Big D!
Peter Quill, unleash me onto these fools!
That's one big, bad, scuffed robot!
I'm coming!
Quill, watch! Save your nice words for later, Quill!
What would I do without you, Rocket?
Quill! Musclehead's in trouble!
Feels like I've been shooting that big bug for hours!
The giant robot is stumbling! We must put it down! The trick is to defeat them before they defeat you!
Appreciate the help, big guy! How do they have this many goons?
With access to the Cortex, who knows how many reserve forces they can bring in here. We gotta shut it down!
Let's get to the bridge. Cosmos Tower is the quickest way.
We should be prepared in case the Grand Unifier arrives.
I'm more than ready.
So, Gamora... How am I supposed to drop...
Too wide to cross.
Maybe we can bridge the gap.
We keep saying bridge, and it's starting to sound like a made-up word.
All words are made up.
You know, I usually hated when that Cosmos spotlight would shine down on me, but now I kinda miss it.
Why do they keep blocking everything off?
Because now they expect us.
We need to find another way to the bridge.
Gap's too big to jump. You see that kid in the ritual thing?
I could not miss him.
You think the church did that to his head, or was the poor sucker born like that?
Drax?
I have been eager to topple something over.
Really? A fate force field?
If we can find the power source, we should be able to turn it off.
Let's get looking then.
Peter, let's go! We need to get out of here before Raker shows up.
right, dead ahead! Let's book it!
Now is not the time for literature!
Guardians of the Galaxy. The Matriarch has chosen to enact the fulfillment from this station. And you shall not stop her.
She hasn't chosen anything. You've been manipulating her from the start.
She is the light. And I am merely her servant.
Kinda hard to be the light with that dark monster thingy inside of her.
Blasphemy! You may have rejected her promise, but you will believe when it returns you from death's cold clutches.
Your pain has pushed you to a perilous precipice, old friend.
It can't be. I saw you die.
The form is fleeting, but the foundation remains forever. Now cease this stubborn senselessness before it reaps a ruinous reward.
Ruinous.
Oops.
You owe me one, Quill!
Not going into the light this time, little buddy!
That priest is pumping faith into the others!
And he will suffer for it!
On the left!
Fucking snipers! Dash cowards!
We need to close this distance!
Cole just walked right into that one! What the? Coach is choosing his team members!
Let's sever his ties that bind!
So many lousy
Keep the breathing room, Groot!
Stay away from the edges!
I will toss them to their deaths!
Boosting his squad!
Let's pop that fool so he stops handing out treats!
Hit him down, Groot! Well, I guess Goldie survived that jump!
Did you see Raker's face when he showed up?
We approach the dog's tower!
And we're almost halfway there!
This'll work! We can leapfrog our way back onto the bridge!
Leapfrog?
It's a... Just follow my lead!
My great strength goes underutilized!
Of course it was easier to get to before!
What's next, Peter? Make sure you don't fall off!
Make sure those snipers don't hit you either! So many lousy angles to cover!
That just gives us a fighting chance!
Look! Golden Boy and Uniflarker are still at it!
Hope all the god stuff wasn't just talk!
We're sitting ducks!
You're wrong on both counts!
He means we can't stay here!
Gamora! The billboard!
Good call!
You find more snipers over there, you save me one!
No promises!
Back on Earth, there was this great song!
How many times have I saved your butt now?
Oh, thanks, buddy!
We approach the dog's tower!
We still have to fight our way through!
Well, I guess Goldie survived that jump!
I swear, if Warlock kills Raker before I get a chance, eyes on the prize, Peter!
I can always count. Man! I totally laid out that psycho soldier! Crap! Now it's Nova!
They're not Nova anymore, Peter! Make sure you don't fall off!
Draw their fire while I cross to the next roof!
Been too long since I blew something up! Of course it was easier to get through before!
Just once I'd like to cross this bridge without incident!
You can thank Goldie for that!
The Warlock saved us from certain death!
I'm scared of Raker! Like Joe!
Perhaps this will tell tale of our battles here!
Oh man! Back on Earth, there was this great song! You need to cool off!
These
Don't wanna
renegades
watch
are
that
relentless!
space car!
What is next, Peter Quill?
Running and gunning on rooftops! This is kind of fun!
So now you're finally happy?
Incoming attack! We approach the dog's tower!
We still have to fight our way through!
Crap! Now it's Nova!
They're gonna need a huge recruitment drive after this!
Stay away from the edges!
I gotta get close to get over!
We don't need Golden Boy's help!
Is that why you shot him?
Oh yeah, that was great. Right in the butt. Did you see the look on his face? It was all like, oh, my gilded glutes.
Regal rear!
His perfect posterior! His
Champion cheeks!
battle must have been tremendous. Is any of this structurally sound?
Something tells me it never was.
Yep, that's part of Nowhere's charm. Always knew Nowhere would get raided, but not like